Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to look at AMP, also known as AMP. We're going to start it off on the daily chart. So if you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. On the daily chart, this is this little yellow box area. Going all the way back to February, it tends to be where AMP likes to hang out and kind of the divisive line in the sand for, bearish price action versus bullish price action. Just on AMP alone, not against anything else, not against the rest of the market. AMP kind of does its own thing. Hence the move today. What the hell? 17%, just out of freaking nowhere. What I would be looking for out of AMP is to not only close above this said yellow box, but hold support like we did back in August. Notice this 6-cent level tends to be pretty important if you want to maintain bullish momentum. I would say we need to hold it, and maybe we could do something like this. I would love to repeat said move here. So AMP has a lot of use case. Okay, so it's only a matter of time, in my opinion. I do have some AMP, full disclosure. I don't have a metric F ton or anything, but I think AMP is one of those coins where maybe you'll look back in a couple years and say, well, of course we should have had that. But also, we have to be careful with coins like this because they can trend sideways longer than other coins, other projects, right? That can be an extreme lull in the market. So we were at this same price all the way back in April, where other coins are also already much higher. So be careful holding coins that I wouldn't put a maximum. Maybe you have an X amount of time that you give these, right? These are just my own personal tips. But if the rest of the market is, on average up 50% or 100%, and your coin, not just AMP, but if your coin is not doing much, or, XLM is a great example. XRP is a great example, right? They have extreme moves up. Even AMP did that, right? Look at these moves. When it moves, it moves. XRP, XLM are no exclusion to that. But sometimes they can have overly long periods of accumulation, I guess we could say. So just take that with what you will, information, put it in your back pocket, but we're all here to make, maximum ROI. So if your coin, if half of your portfolio's 2 or 3xing and one of your coins is 2 or 3%ing, make note of that. Don't just get married to a coin and get comfortable with it, and then the next thing you know, you're out on the street. No, I don't know. But that's my feelings for coins that trend sideways longer than most. Take advantage of the pumps. Don't always hang around, because AMP pumps and then it just chills out, right? So if I don't know how high this can go, but maybe you set, if your average buy-in for AMP is down here or something, maybe set, this is not financial advice, you can do what you want, nothing I give is financial advice, but maybe you set a stop loss for right just under 6-cent level, because if it comes back down, guess what? We could be looking at, another several months of waiting. Who knows? But what I want to look for as we move up here, we need to start taking out these highs, the previous local tops here. So this is one, right? That's a good sign where we need to close above that. That would be step 1. Step 2 would be here. Step 3, you guessed it, right there. Step 4, you guessed it, right there. So as soon as we take out these tops, there's your next site. If we start breaking this trend of down, which we're trying to do, we need to see where this candle closes at today, 5 hours from now, right? Watch this close. If we're closing higher than this, that's a good sign that maybe this lull in the AMP's phase is coming to a close, and we're trying to do said move like this again from November of 2020 to June of 2021. That would be okay with, I believe, probably all of you if we repeated something similar to that. Let's go over to another useful tool, the stochastic RSI on the daily chart. Look at our momentum. This is your momentum of the move. So we've got the momentum. You want to stay above this shaded area. When you start breaking back, or the black area, I should say, the shaded area is where you want to put your warning flags up if we break in here. Not necessarily the blue, because the blue will move faster than the red. The red is the average of the blue. So once you break back in with both of them, not just one, because the blue, like I said, this is your average. You want to wait till both of these kick in here. And you can even get fake outs like this. So nothing's for certain in crypto but uncertainty. But you have the odds to play. You want to use a bunch of indicators, all saying similar things to have the most confluence. Plain and simple. So look at, that's on the daily. Let's go look at the weekly, the bigger time frame. Look at what we have here. Is this good news? This is great news. You should be nodding your head because guess what? All of 2021, where have we been going? Down the ski slopes. What are we doing in November of 2021? We're climbing back up the mountain. You'll want to climb the mountain in the stochastic RSI. Climb the mountain. All right, maybe what's the mountain you just climb and it's what, freebasing? I don't know what it's called. I'm not a mountain climber. But maybe you're climbing some park out west in the Western Pacific. AMP on the daily, again, looking at our moving averages, our exponential moving average, 21-day exponential moving average in the yellow, our 8-day simple moving average in the blue. What do you see happening here? Okay, let's zoom out. Usually when most coins are bullish, they're holding above their 8-day simple moving average. Look at this, how it made a perfect just tap off the 8-day and then moved again. So I would be watching the 8-day simple moving average with AMP like a hawk. Not only that, let's take a step back like we like and look at our bigger picture. So let's put this back on auto. Let me zoom in here. Now look at this candle. We still have a ways to go in the week, right? 4.5 days, but when's the last time we've had candles like this? Well, here's 1, 2. They're few and far between, right? We're AMP. So don't take this lightly. This is a good sign. And what else is a better sign? I'm glad you asked. Well, notice how this crossed here. This blue crossed under. Well, now we've just taken a bounce. So look at that bounce. Let me see if I can do something else here. So looking at this. Let's remove this box. Let's get it real nice and clean. So no price action. We're just looking at our moving averages because this is the important part. Once this crosses back up, which if prices continue up just a little bit, we can do that next week even. I would be watching this. If we get a cross back up, this would be a fake out. And look what happened our last, well, we haven't really had a cross, but right here, you could say we're pretty similar to what we could potentially be doing. You want your blue, your shorter moving averages on top. You want those sorted out least to greatest. And then when you can get your big explosive price moves. So let's put the price back on and then you'll see that. So like pretend we're probably in this area, right? And if we cross this up and prices continue up, your blue will flip on top of the yellow, which we haven't, been since way back in here. We started crossing down. When's the last time we were up? We're facing up. Look at the blue. It's facing up. We haven't really faced up since back in this area. So maybe it takes a little longer for AMP, right? So we're coming down. We just bounced. So hopefully this area is repeating. Maybe look at the dates too. We're almost a year ago, right? Exactly. So we were a little bit too young to have our 21 week back in this area, but you could imagine you could see the top here. It was probably, not so good, just like we're doing right now, but a little bit of a fake out. Sorry to ramble, but I'm trying to get my point across that this is a good thing. To sum up the rambling that made no sense, to sum up, you want your blue up and then we can explode. Just like we did back here. So hopefully that's a good sign. So that is AMP in a nutshell. Don't lose too much patience. It just exploded so much so fast that it needed some prolonged clear off time. So from November to June, so what, 200 days, it went up 3,000%. So just a small little breather, gaining some traction. Prolonged consolidation can often lead to even bigger explosive moves. And maybe we're on that road now. Now, it doesn't mean we can't go back down, an hour from now or 2 days from now. But the big picture, which we like to look at, is the weekly time scale for a lot of coins. So with AMP, this is going to be an important close for the weekly. If we could somehow manage to close above this candle and take out our previous local top back here, that's not too far away, 6.6 cents. So if we close here on Sunday night in 4.5 days, that would be an even bigger sign, I would say, that we're getting ready to start our next move up, right? Here's consolidation, a move up, maybe some consolidation since June for over the summer, another several hundred days, and then another move up. That would be ideal for AMP. So if for some reason, we let's theoretically hypothesize that Bitcoin is 150K in January or whatever, and Ethereum's 2 or 3x, and a lot of coins have 2 or 3x, but AMP is still in this or any coin, right? Not just AMP, like we talked about. If we're still in this like kind of zone, this kind of up and down, up and down, up and down, even if AMP gets up in here and then comes back down, and then all these other coins are going off, it's time to get out of that coin. Not financial advice, but maybe financial advice. If you want to maximize your ROI, you can't get stuck in these channels. A lot of coins that get stuck in here, there will be some, I promise. I don't know which ones. There'll be some bigger names in there. They get stuck that do not, 2, 3, 5x, 10x during the next 6 months, like a lot of coins will. That you're gonna and look it back and you'll be like, I was so crazy. If you get like the horse blinders, right? You can get so horse blinded by some of your favorite picks that you lose out on all the coins that are just passing by. So we're still okay for now, but I would give it maybe until another month or so. It's based on the rest of the market, right? So if the rest of the market's kind of, we're still in a lull and the rest of the market's kind of going up and down, 10, 20% up, 10, 15% down, something like that. And the rest of the market, if Bitcoin in December is only at 70K, then we're still okay. And whatever coin, not just AMP. But if other coins are 2 or 3xing, going up 200 or 300, 400%, and your favorite coin is only going up 20, 30% from now to then, cut it. Cut the rope, man. Cut them back down the slope. Cut them back down the diamond. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. Even if I help one person with all of my videos, it's worth it. That's why I started the channel, to help you guys. I don't have to do this. I'm doing it for you. I don't make any money doing this. So that's my spiel. I hope this helps somebody today. I know I got a lot of AMP fans in the channel. Maybe I got some new AMP fans. Maybe you've never watched any of my videos and you're like, what the hell is this guy rambling about? I do a lot of rambling for no reason. Let's look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index and make this video longer. 76, we're in extreme greed, but we're in our channel, right? You could stay here for a long time. Go back to the year pattern. We're in it almost a month now. We were in it about a month back in August, September. And we've been in it for months at a time, way back last year, right? Even higher than we are now. So don't think that just because we're in extreme greed, we have to immediately go down. You can stay up here for a long time. Or you could just spend a month and then go back down. We could spend a month and then go back down, right? There's nothing certain in crypto. Don't be too deterministically thinking in any way, up or down, or even sideways, right? We could do anything at any time. Bitcoin does not care what you think. Quote of the day. Car of the day. McLaren Sabre. 1 of 15. I don't think this is a real one, but maybe there's a real one that looks like this somewhere. But they only made 15 of these. They're all gone. You can't get one. I don't care how many billions of dollars you have, although someone might sell you one for $1 billion. The whole body's carbon fibers. The lightest McLaren of all time, I believe. Fastest McLaren. Highest top speed, 218 miles an hour. They're all different specs, so pretty impressive. They look pretty aggressive. The super thin headlights, and then the taillights are like molded into the aerodynamics of it, and then you got the splitter mounted to the roof. Look at this amazing architecture here. It's like a piece of art. So all these like hypercars now that are $1 million plus are like just art on wheels. And a lot of people that don't know, like, these cars are investments. You're not going to lose money. If you pay $2 million for this, you can sell it for more than $2 million once you have it. Like, it's not a Honda. You don't write a check for 30 grand and then it's worth 20 grand when you roll off the lot. It doesn't work like that with exotic cars. You get to a certain level, these are going up in value for the most part, unless you like to drag race on the weekends with your $5 million hypercars. I doubt it. 1 of 15 on the planet. You're out, driving through Wendy's. That'd be pretty funny. All right, I'll end it there before I waste too much more of your life. Yep, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I'll see you on the next video. That's AMP in a nutshell.